Good afternoon and welcome to the Manchester Basketball Centre here in Whalley Range. It is WNBL Division 2 time as the Manchester Mystics take on the Stockport Lapwings in Pool 1 of Division 2. And we're just a few seconds away from tip-off. Both teams coming into this one needing a win to get some playoff, so to get into a good standing in the playoffs as we reach towards the end of the season. So starting for the Mystics, it will be Grace Tuck, Daisy Bryan, Becky Illingworth, Holly Bryan and Rahana Khalil. For the Lapwings, it will be Alex Lenny, Catherine Stansfield Boys, Stephanie Jones, Nicola Boardman and Lauren Quigley. So ball is up and first touch Mystics. Holly Bryan controls things. Gets it knocked away. And Jones over to Boardman round the outside. She's a problem from outside. Jones tries a three. No good. Quigley with the rebound. Can't put it back in. Gets her own offensive board out to Boardman. Three doesn't go. Mystics with the rebound. Khalil round to Bryan. Tuck driving to the basket, lays it on off the glass. First 2 points on the board for the Mystics. As Lenny drives and has it blocked by Khalil. And it will be last touch Lapwings Mystics ball. So Rahana Khalil, who played with the Stockport Lapwings last season, part of that National Cup winning team back in January, made the move over to Manchester for the start of this season. An absolute threat from outside as she drives inside, draws the foul and will head to the line for two. First shot is good for Rahana Khalil. Second also good. 2 of 2 from the line. Boardman. Around to Jones. Jones driving against Bryan. Kicks it down. Stansfield Boys gets it knocked away inside. Daisy Bryan comes up with it. Bryan stops with the floater, doesn't get it to drop. Boardman, nice spin move to the basket, puts the ball up and she'll draw the foul. And that is going to be foul number 1 on Grace Tuck. That's her first team foul for the Mystics. And that'll send Nick Boardman to the line. And first shot's good. Second also good. Gets the Lapwings on the scoreboard. Bryan over to Illingworth. Illingworth driving to the basket. And she draws the foul, so she's going to be headed to the line. And that is going to be foul on Lauren Quigley for the Lapwings. Second team foul on the Lapwings. We've got 7:59 to play in the first. And first free throw goes for Rebecca Illingworth, leading the Mystics in scoring so far this season. She's got 13 points per game. And hits the second as it takes the Mystics to a 4-point lead. Khalil looked to steal it, but it was out of bounds, so stays back with the Lapwings. As Boardman chases down the long pass, manages to get it over. And Quigley will be fouled. We've got some early fouls here, or early on in the game. And that is going to be on Becky Illingworth. So Lauren Quigley at the line for 2. And first shot doesn't go. Second, just bounces out. Holly Bryan grabs the rebound, manages to keep hold of it. Over to Khalil. Khalil fires for 3, doesn't go. And ball's knocked loose, but last touch will be Mystics. Some great hustle from the Mystics here. Pressuring the ball on defence. Boardman gets it over the line into Stansfield boys. Round to Lenny. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Lenny needs some help. Kicks it down. Jones working against Khalil. Jones pulls up from the free throw line. Can't get it to fall. As Khalil controls things for the Mystics. Round to Bryan. Bryan driving all the way to the basket. Tough shot, and Holly Bryan gets it to drop. First points of the game for her. 8-2 Mystics lead. We've got just under 7 minutes to play in the first. Jones off the screen from Quigley. Boardman pulls up for 3, and that hits. Nick Boardman is a problem from 3. The Mystics will need to try and close that down. Illingworth, great pass over to Tuck, who just has a foot out of bounds and will step out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. So ball's back with the Lapwings as Lola May Whittle and Ishanea check in, along with Nat Furtado for the Mystics. Jones powering down the court, and she'll draw the foul on the floor, so it'll be sideline Stockport ball. And Jade Bo Butters and Vogue Lucas checking in for the Lapwings as Alex Lenny and Catherine Stansfield boys head to the bench. Bo Butters driving all the way, great pass, and ball doesn't go, but Quigley draws the foul again, so she's heading back to the line, and that's the impact Jade Butters has as soon as she comes on the court, making the perfect pass. Quigley in the right position under the basket, draws the foul and heads to the free throw line. So first shot good for Quigley. And the second one pops out, and she almost manages to chase it down, but Rahana Khalil's in the way and picks it up. As Khalil drives to the basket, can't get the ball to fall. Butters comes screaming down the court, and another foul on the floor. So that will be end line at Stockport ball. As you see, Daisy Bryan checking for Rahana Khalil. And apologies, the foul was on the shot because sorry, that was the 5th foul. So free throws for the Lapwings. 1 of 2's good. 1 point Mystics lead. 6:04 to play. Furtado driving to the basket against Quigley. Kicks it out to Bryan. Round to Holly Bryan, who steps through. And she is going to head to the line. We've had a lot of foul calls very early on in the game so far. And that is going to be foul number 1 on Jade Bo Butters. As Bryan's first shot doesn't drop. Horn pops out as well. Butters swings it over to Jones. Butters spins, passes inside, and Quigley loses it. It's knocked down, and it'll go the way of the Mystics. Some good D from the Mystics on that possession. Just swarming Quigley as soon as she gets the ball inside. Furtado, pass over to Whittle. As Bryan spins against Jones, loses it, picked up by Boardman. She's got Bo Butters ahead of her, going one-on-one against Naya. Can't get the layup to fall, but Jones picks it up. And Naya and Jones fighting for the ball. Naya has it, but will sort of fall out of bounds as she's pulled with it, so it will stay with the Lapwings. As we have a timeout called, so 5:14 to play in the first quarter, 8-7 Mystics lead over the Lapwings. It's been a very foul-heavy first quarter so far in the first 4.5 minutes or so. Both teams getting to the line, drawing the foul, getting inside, and converting on those free throws, which is good to see, but you don't want either team to get into any kind of foul trouble too early on. So after today's game, both teams fighting for seeding in the playoffs. The Mystics currently in third place as they have 2 losses, one to the Lapwings back in December when these two teams first met, and one to the Sheffield Hatters last week. The Lapwings are sat at 7-1 in second place as they have only lost to the Hatters as well. Sheffield Hatters remaining unbeaten on the court since January 2022. So every win from here on out down the stretch absolutely crucial in those playoff seedings. Teams are back on court and it's end-line ball. As Lucas looks to get it in. Over to Quigley. Quigley fires. Doesn't go. Boardman gets the offensive rebound. Out to Bo Butters. 7 on the shot clock. Comes up against Bryan. Quigley working it inside. Tough move to the basket, but gets the layup to drop. And the Lapwings go ahead by 1. Ball's knocked out of bounds, going to stay with the Mystics. As Rahana Khalil checks back into the game. Bryan looking to get it in to Illingworth. It's knocked away and Boardman picks it up again. Bo Butters going against Khalil. And layup doesn't fall. Two players that know each other very well. Furtado. Her shot doesn't go. No foul call. Boardman again picks it up. Nick Boardman is everywhere on the court looking for those loose balls. Jones. Hand off to Quigley. Quigley. She's got 2 defenders on her. Out to Boardman for 3. No good. Khalil. Stepping inside, tough move to the basket for Rahana Khalil, who gets the foul call and will head back to the free throw line. That is going to be the 4th team foul on the Lapwings, and that is a foul on Nick Boardman as Grace Tuck comes into the game for the Mystics. Khalil's first free throw is short. Second's good, ties the game at 9. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Bo Butters for the Lapwings hands it off to Quigley. Gets it back, kicks it round the outside. Lucas. Lucas with a pass inside, it's knocked away by Khalil. Khalil, great pass over to Tuck, just can't keep hold of it, and it falls into the hands of Boardman. As Jones is just going to slow things down. Out to Bo Butters for 3. Doesn't fall. And both teams getting some good looks from 3 today. Bryant hands it over to Tuck. Tuck. Jumper doesn't go. And that'll be a foul call on Becky Illingworth. Looks like she was going for the jump ball, but foul was called. So that is going to be her second. And that also sends the Lapwings to the line because the Mystics are on 5 team fouls. So Quigley back at the line for 2. First is good. Banks it in. And second one pops out. As Mystics have a chance to go back in front here. Bryan hands it off to Illingworth. Illingworth pulls up. Shot doesn't drop. Another rebound for Nick Boardman. She's getting defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. She's getting all the rebounds. As Silicas, her 3 bounces out. She gets her own rebound. Out to Jones, who comes up against Khalil. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Lapwings. And that will be a travel call. So Mystics get the ball back as Katerina Zivoni comes in and Lauren Quigley heads to the bench for the Lapwings. Khalil, great pass inside to Illingworth. Illingworth with a short jumper, doesn't go. (10-9) Lapwings lead. Jones looks to pass it out. And the backdoor cut under the basket. Grace took great awareness just to knock the ball out of bounds. Forces the Lapwings to reset with 9 on the shot clock. Lucas gets it inside to Zivoni, who finishes. That's a tough move. Lapwings up by 3. Illingworth out to Tuck. Tuck driving, loses it. And Silicas has got Khalil there, so she just pulls back out. Resets. Gets the Lapwings into position. Jones has it knocked away. Bryan comes up with it. Bryan going against Boardman. Loses it but manages to keep it inside. What a pass from Khalil over to Tuck. That gives Grace Tuck 4 points. What a pass from Lahana Khalil. Gonna need to see that one back. 1:15 to play. Jones stepping through. Zivoni tries a shot. Short. And the ball is back with the Mystics. As Jay Hunt checks into the game for the first time for the Lapwings. Nick Boardman taking a well-deserved rest. She's been absolutely all over the boards, offensive and defensive. And that will be a carry call on the Mystics. So Lapwings get the ball back. Got 58 seconds to play in the first. Lucas pulls up from the free throw line, banks it in. Lapwings go up by 3. Tuck against Lucas. Tuck. And that will be an offensive foul call on the Mystics. That is the second foul on Tuck. And that won't send the Lapwings to the line with it being an offensive foul, but it will be Lapwings ball. As Autumn Lucas is in for Steph Jones. Hunt over to Lucas. Lucas against Bryan. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Silkus against Khalil. 3 seconds. Silkus with a tough move, doesn't get it to fall. Furtado comes up with the rebound, but Silkus takes it back. And she is fouled as she goes to the basket. So a tough hustle move from Karen Silkus. Able to get her own offensive board and draw the foul, so she's going to go to the line. And that is foul number 2 on Nat Furtado for the Mystics. So the Mystics with a couple of players already on 2 fouls. Grace Tuck, Becky Illingworth and Nat Furtado. As first free throw is good for the Lapwings. And the Mystics with a little bit of a shorter bench today than they've had recently, so they're going to need to be a bit careful with those fouls. As Ishanea comes in and Nat Furtado goes to the bench. Hunt to Zivoni. Lucas is blocked by Tuck. Khalil picks it up. 5 seconds to go. Over to Naya. Off the glass, doesn't go. Daisy Bryan puts it back in at the buzzer. And great clean up from Daisy Bryan. Takes the Mystics to 13 and cuts the lead to 3. So the Mystics are led by Grace Tuck on 4 points and Rahana Khalil, who has 3 so far. 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. The Lapwings lead. So as we head into the second, as we head into the second quarter, I'm just checking my camerawoman's okay here. As we head into the second quarter, the Lapwings up by 3 points. Now, the last time these two teams came up against each other back in December, the Lapwings took that one 55-47. As the Mystics had a bit of a dip in the second quarter, I believe it was, and just allowed Stockport to kind of pull away. Now, the Mystics, having started strong in this first quarter, something I imagine Coach Rhiann Bailey will be pleased with, as they've had a little bit of a slow start to some games recently, and they've definitely showed the energy early. They're playing without Hannah Alty, as she is down in Cardiff with her under-18 team. So, I mean, I was going to say good luck, but they'll have finished by now. It's quite late. So we hope they've done well and they're having a safe trip back, but without Hannah Alty as well. So the Mystics a little bit short on the bench, and Hannah Alty, such an important player for this Mystics team. Her presence inside, really difficult to contend with, and such a great player offensively and on the boards as well. So back underway for the second. And it will be at Lapwings ball to start things off. So Lucas on the inbound. Needs to get it in, and it's knocked away by Khalil. Khalil all alone lays it in. And that's a great start for the Mystics. And Naya almost steals it away. And the Mystics coming out very strong here in the second quarter. And look like they're picking up full court. Really pressuring the Lapwings. As Bo Butters gets it over the halfway line. 1 point Lapwings lead. Hunt. Working against Holly Bryan. Gets it out to Zivoni, gets it back. Hunt. 5 seconds to shoot. Over to Bo Butters, it pops in and out. Spins round, and Naya is the one that comes up with the rebound. Great hustle from Ishanea. Also playing on the Mystics WEABL team and under-18s team as well. As a pass inside is knocked away. Hunt comes up with it. And that'll be a foul on Rahana Khalil. sideline Lapwings ball. Just the first foul on Khalil. As Lucas passes over to Bo Butters. Into Zivoni. Spins. Can't get the shot to fall. Some good defence from Naya there as well. Just putting off the shot, making it really difficult to get the shot up. As Khalil passes over to Naya. And her layup doesn't fall, but she is fouled on that drive, so she's going to head to the line. I feel like I've said that line a lot. We've had a lot of people going to the free throw line today. As Becky Illingworth subs in, Grace Tuck, leading the Mystics in scoring, heads to the bench. Naya's first free throw is good, ties the game at 16. Second one, no good. Lapwings ball. Bo Butters, and you see the pace that Jade Butters plays with. It's fantastic. She's such a fast player, able to get to the basket. As that shot doesn't fall, as she chases down a rebound, but will be called for the foul. So that is a second foul on Bo Butters. Oh, apologies, that's the third foul. That's a big call for the Lapwings. So Jade Bo Butters heading to the bench. Nick Boardman checking back in. Illingworth, the top of the key, round to Holly Bryan. Illingworth gets it back, out to Khalil. Khalil's got space, pulls up for three and hits! It's a huge three from Rahana Khalil. 6 points in the game for her. And Khalil playing against her old team, the Lapwings. Always a bit of extra motivation when you're playing against your old team. Boardman kicks it out to Lenny, who steps through. Great move inside, just can't get it to drop as Illingworth comes up with the rebound. Gets it over to Bryan. She's got Naya up ahead of her. Isha Naya off the glass. And that is going to take the Mystics to a 21-16 lead, a 5-point lead with 7:49 to play here in the first half, as the Lapwings have a timeout as they want to talk things over. And a great start for the second half for the Lapwings. Sorry, for the Mystics. For the Mystics. Stop laughing at me, camera woman. Stop laughing at me, getting my words mixed up. The great start to the second quarter for the Mystics. They've gone up by 5. They were down by 3 heading into the quarter. And Grace Tuck making a presence felt as well. 4 points in the game. And Rahana Khalil, 6 points for the Mystics. She's averaging 10.7 per game. And she had 14 last week against the Sheffield Hatters. And as I've mentioned before, Rahana Khalil, such a threat from anywhere on the court. She can drive inside, and she's got a really good 3-point shot as well. So it's difficult because you try and close her down outside, and she's so quick. She's got a really quick first step. So you try draw her out, she can just get past you, get to the basket. So back on court, it will be Lapwings ball as they try to cut into this Mystics lead. Jones working against Whittle. Out to Boardman. Boardman loses it. And that will be back with the Mystics. Khalil over to Bryan. Bryan round to Whittle. Hands it off to Khalil. 1 second to shoot. Khalil pulls up. Don't think the Mystics realised how much time wasn't on the shot clock. Jones. Shot doesn't go. Quigley with the offensive rebound. Fresh 14 for the Lapwings. Lenny kicks it out. Jones for 3. That's good. Nothing but net. Leeds cut to 2. Khalil over to Naya. Naya all the way to the basket. Layup doesn't fall. And Jones collects it. Lenny, great pass inside to Quigley. And it's just knocked out. So Mystics with a chance to increase the lead here. Khalil hands it off to Naya. Bryant looking inside. Illingworth and Lapwings smothering the Mystics here defensively. As Khalil with 2 seconds to shoot, 1 second, needs to get something up, puts it up, doesn't go. And that's 2 possessions where the Lapwings have forced a last second shot. Doing a very good job running down the shot clock for the Mystics. Six minutes to play here in the first half. Khalil, threes up, and it's in and out. Offensive board Lapwings. Defensive board. That's not an offensive board. Jones, she tries a 3. That doesn't drop. Quigley gets the rebound. Boardman's shots up, no good. Khalil, she fires for 3. And in, out, bounces about, eventually drops. And it's stolen away by the Mystics on the inbound. Whittle round to Khalil. Quigley gets a hand on it and comes up with it. Lenny, great pass over to Stansfield boys. Can't finish the layup. There, hands it back to Brian, and Rihanna Khalil will reset. Brian driving inside, got space and gets it to fall. Count it, and the foul. Holly Brian with a tough move to the basket. Gets the shot to drop, and she's going to head to the line. And that foul is on Catherine Stansfield boys for the Lapwings. That is her first, and takes the Lapwings to 14 fouls with only 4:42 to go in the first half. Brian's second shot doesn't go, but she gets the ball back. Scoop layup doesn't go. Boardman gets it over the halfway line. Hands it off to Jones. Jones against Khalil. And pass inside to Quigley, but there's a foul. And that'll be on Rahana Khalil, her second. Just the second team foul for the Mystics so far, so end line, Stockport ball. Quigley. Driving baseline, tries the reverse, and she's fouled on that one. I think there was a knock on that arm as she went for the reverse. So 2 quick fouls on the Mystics there, as Quigley's first shot is short. And second one bounces out. Lapwings managed to tip the ball to get a fresh 14. 7 seconds to shoot. Lucas spins with the reverse. Somehow manages to get that to fall. It was Boardman. Boardman with a tough move to the basket. As Brian looks to answer, hands it off to Khalil. It's stolen away by Quigley. Boardman into Quigley, working against Tuck. Doesn't get it to fall. Illingworth pulls the rebound down. Mystics with a 5-point lead here in the first half. Khalil spins it round into Illingworth, inside against Quigley. Tough move, hook shot drops. 4 points for Becky Illingworth in the game. Jones working against Brian, and she will get the foul call. Shot doesn't fall, but Steph Jones will head to the line. And that is going to be a foul on Daisy Bryan, as we have a timeout. So 3:09 to play here in the second quarter. Mystics with a 28-21 lead over the Stockport Lapwings. They came out strong here as soon as the quarter started. We're down 3 coming into it and have turned things around and are now up 7. They have been led by 8 points from Rahana Khalil. And Grace Tuck, Becky Illingworth and Holly Bryan on 4 points apiece as well for the Mystics. So this is the Mystics' last home game of the season, of the regular season, before we head into the playoffs. They are away next week at the Sheffield Hatters in the away leg of the fixture that we saw last weekend, where they did lose to the where the Mystics did lose to the Hatters. But Manchester played them very close, and in fact have played them closer than any other team have done it so far this season. So a lot will have been learned in that game, and I'm sure the Mystics and Hatters both looking forward to that second half fixture. As we come back on court, Steph Jones is shooting 2. First shot's no good. Second one's short as well. Illingworth grabs the rebound. Becky Illingworth doing a great job on the boards as well. It's Daisy Bryan round to Holly Bryan for 3. That one's too strong. Boardman hands it off to Quigley. Quigley with a spin, goes to the basket, doesn't get it to drop. And Tuck going against Jones. Tuck all the way. And that is going to be a blocking foul. That is on Nick Boardman. It's her second foul, and that is going to send Grace Tuck to the line for 2. Tuck's first free throw pops out. Second doesn't fall. Illingworth taps the ball and Daisy Bryan comes up with it. Resets for the Mystics. Tuck round to Daisy Bryan. She steps through, can't get the floater to fall. And Lenny going 1-on-3, gets it to fall. Really tough move to the basket. Lapwings cut the lead to 5. Bryan backs it out as Becky Illingworth takes a tumble but picks herself back up. Khalil round to Tuck. Bryan kicks it down. Khalil for 3. Doesn't get that one to fall. Tuck over to Illingworth. Illingworth stops, short jumper, and it will be Lapwings ball. Looked like someone got a hand on that one, but call it on the floor is Lapwings ball. So Mystics still with a 5-point lead here. We've got 1:41 to play in the first half. As Bo Butters is back in for the Lapwings. Jones going all the way, kicks it out. Bit of a miscommunication there. His pass is out and it will be back with the Mystics. Khalil hands it off to Furtado. Furtado going to the basket. She's blocked. Khalil comes up with it, gets it out to Daisy Bryan, who hands it over to Holly Bryan. Goes all the way to the basket and lays it in off the glass. Great ball movement from the Mystics. As Furtado steals it away. Again over to Daisy Bryan, gets it to Khalil. Khalil fakes a three, hands it over to Holly Bryan. Shot doesn't go. Mystics up 30-23, just under a minute to play in the second quarter. Stansfield boys. Pass underneath to Quigley. Quigley with the reverse. Doesn't get that to fall. Bryan. Round to Bryan. Furtado. Hands it off to Holly Bryan, who's driving inside. Holly Bryan doing some great work getting inside. Not able to finish on that one. 12 seconds to go. Boardman pulls up for three. No good. 8 seconds. Mystics got a chance to shoot here. 4 seconds. Khalil. Khalil driving. Khalil puts it up and no foul call. That will do it for the end of the first half. 30-23. The Manchester Mystics lead over the Stockport Lapwings. They were down heading into the second quarter and they've been able to turn things around with a 10-point swing. They have been led by Rahana Khalil, who has 9 points, Holly Bryan on 6, and Becky Illingworth and Grace Tuck on 4. So we will take a quick break for half time and we'll be back with you in around 10 minutes time. So welcome back to the Manchester Basketball Centre here in Whalley Range. We're getting ready for the second half between the Manchester Mystics and the Stockport Lapwings in WNBL Division 2. The Mystics have a 30-23 lead over the Lapwings as we head into the third quarter. And both teams looking to come away with the win today. Everything counts towards playoff seedings as we head into the final stretch of the season. So Mystics with the first possession. Bryan over to Holly Bryan. Working against Boardman, kicks it out to Khalil. Bryan with a floater. Too strong off the glass. Illingworth picks it up, gets her own offensive rebound and puts it back in. That's 8 points for Becky Illingworth, doing a great job rebounding today. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Silicus driving. Shot's no good. Khalil bringing it up for the Mystics. Over to Tuck. Tuck round to Bryan. Holly Bryan just accidentally drops it out of bounds. I think it was off her foot. So it'll be Lapwings ball. That's Mystics picking up full court here. Boardman looking to get it into Silicus. And great job on D there from Daisy Bryan. Forces the turnover, so the Mystics will get the ball back. Khalil round to Tuck. Bryan in the corner. Over to Tuck, she's got space. Pulls up for three, that's too strong. Over to Becky Illingworth. And Vogue Lucas picks it up. Powers down the court. And draws the foul as she drives to the basket. I think Becky Illingworth got the ball straight on her head on that last possession, which is why she wasn't able to quite catch it. So Vogue Lucas at the line for two. First shot doesn't go. And second eventually drops in. Takes the Lapwings to 24, cuts the lead to 8. Bryan driving against Boardman. Bryan, shot doesn't go. Mystics really piling on the pressure defensively here, picking up full court still. As Boardman works to get it over the line. Jones backs it out. Boardman drives inside. Layup's no good. Tuck with the rebound. Mystics coming back. Tuck over to Bryan. Pass inside to Illingworth. She's doubled. Illingworth blocked by Quigley. Picked up by Lucas. As Quigley's going to slow things down. Jones kicks it out. Silicus driving inside. Great pass over to Quigley, who lays it in. Bryan driving baseline, comes up against Boardman, needs to get it out. Holly Bryan fires for three, doesn't go. Chased down by Illingworth, who hands it over to Tuck, turns and fires. Three's good. Grace Tuck's got 7, 34-26. Oh, it was a long two, not a three. 34-26, Mystics lead. Jones driving inside. Shot short, but quickly pulls the rebound down. Great spin move to the basket. Can't finish though. As Khalil swings it round to Daisy Bryan. She's got time. Lines up the three. Doesn't go. Illingworth again chases down the rebound for the Mystics. She's been doing a fantastic job on the boards today. Brian out to Tuck. Tuck driving inside. Has it knocked out, so it'll stay with the Mystics. 4 seconds on the shot clock, so Mystics will need to get something off quickly. And we see Nat Furtado and Natalie Lamb into the game for the first time for the Mystics. Natalie Lamb having a great season so far in her first Mystics season. 11.6 points per game. She's had some massive games and she's such a defensive threat. As she gets the ball inside and it's knocked out, takes 1 second off the shot clock. As Lamb will inbound. Into Khalil, great pass as Khalil's layup falls. (36-26), 10-point Mystics lead. Vogue Lucas for the Lapwings. Jones. On to Boardman. Tuck steals it away. Over to Lamb. Lamb's got Khalil ahead of her. Great pass. And Khalil is fouled, so she will head to the line. And Natalie Lamb, great pass over to Khalil. And a really, really exciting young player on this squad. As Alex Lenny and Jade Bobutters sub back into the game for the Lapwings. So Khalil will be shooting 2 for the Mystics. And the first shot goes. Second also goes, takes Khalil to 13. Mystics increase the lead to 12. Jones over to Quigley. And it's knocked out, last touch, Lapwings back with the Mystics. And we've got 5:51 to play here. The Mystics have come out firing in the third quarter. Khalil setting things up for the Mystics. Over to Furtado. To Lamb. Lamb working against Bobutters. Spins. Passes over to Furtado. Great pass to Khalil in the corner. 3 doesn't drop. Lamb grabs the rebound. 1 second to shoot. Shot clock's been reset. Naya loses control of that one as Lenny comes up with it. Over to Jones. Jones passes underneath, tough pass, but Quigley manages to keep it inside. Back out to Jones with the short jumper. Doesn't go. Khalil with the rebound. Khalil, great pass over to Naya, who finishes. And that link up between Rahana Khalil and Isha Naya, we've seen that a few times. Naya speeding ahead, Khalil able to get the ball to her right underneath the basket. Great teamwork. As Lenny will just step out of bounds, just puts a foot out. It can be difficult on this court. You can see a few different lines here. But ball will go back with the Mystics, and Mystics doing a really, really good job as they've come out firing here in the third quarter. As Furtado drives to the basket, doesn't get the shot to fall. Chases the rebound down and kicks it over to Lamb. Lamb stepping through all the way to the basket. What a move, and gets it to fall. That's her first points of the game. As Bobutters tries to answer and does. Shot is good, and she's going to head to the line. So Jade Bobutters with a chance to complete the 3-point play. And she does. 13-point Mystics lead. Brian. Round to Whittle. Furtado. Over to Lamb. Brian needs some help. Gets it into Furtado. And Furtado draws the foul. So she's going to head to the line. And that is going to be the second foul on Lauren Quigley, who takes a seat as Katerina Zivoni checks in. So Furtado at the line for 2. As the first shot doesn't go. Second's good. Bo Butters for the Lapwings. Gets it back inside. Ball's knocked out, we're going to stay with the Lapwings. Bo Butters' shot's no good. Ball is out, it bounces off Nat Furtado's heavily taped shoulder, I think. Ref's just conferring about that. Oh, it calls overturned, so it'll be with the Mystics. Just looking from this angle, you can't always see everything. I've got people in the way, I've got tripods in the way. As Natalie Lamb out to Furtado. Whittle drives inside, kicks it down. Whittle gets it back, lines up the 3. Shot's good! And every single Mystics player is on the board today when they've been on the court. 45-29, Mystics lead. Whittle, she's got Naya ahead of her. Naya driving the baseline. Her shot doesn't fall, and it's just lost out of bounds by the Lapwings as they chase the rebound down, so it'll stay with the Mystics. As Isha Naya heads to the bench, Becky Illingworth and Daisy Bryan coming into the game. Bryan floaters up off the glass, too strong. Lenny brings the ball up for the Lapwings, and Nat Lamb dives into the passing lane, knocks the ball out. It's going to stay with the Lapwings, but that is exactly what Natalie Lamb has been doing all season long. Sometimes she comes away with the steal, but if she doesn't, she puts the pressure on, makes the other team have to reset, and just makes it really difficult for them. Such a tenacious defender. As we've got 2:38 to play here in the third quarter. Whittle pulls up for 3. Shot doesn't go. So Lapwings need to try and cut into this lead here in the third. As they draw the foul, so that will be the first foul on Lolo May Whittle. Apologies, that's the second, and that is a third team foul for the Mystics this quarter. As Vogue Lucas heads to the bench. Nick Boardman coming back in for the Lapwings. As Bo Butters drives inside, hands it off. Ball's knocked out. Back with the Mystics. Lamb setting things up. Lamb's pass over to Whittle, just a bit too strong. And the ball has gone rolling all the way onto the other court, so someone's going to chase it down. Mystics still picking up full court here. Bo Butters, guarded by Lamb. Spins, Great pass inside. Gets it back out. 7 seconds. Bo Butters driving. And Stansfield Boys manages to put it back in under pressure and draws the foul. And that is foul number 1 on Natalie Lamb. So Stansfield Boys at the line for 1. Chance to cut this lead to 14. And shot's no good. Illingworth dives in for the rebound. And that'll be a quick foul on Nick Boardman for the Lapwings as she reached in. That's just her second foul. But Coach Rianne Bailey wants a timeout for the Mystics, wants to talk things over as they are currently leading by 14, 45-31 with 1 minute 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mystics went into the second quarter behind by 3, and they have done a fantastic job of turning this around and really coming out firing here in the second half. They have been led by Rahana Khalil on 13 points. Holly Bryan has 8, and Grace Tuck and Ishanea on 5 points each. And this is exactly how the Mystics will have wanted this return leg to go after that loss back in December when they went over to Stockport, lost that one at 55-47. Nearly surpassed their total in that game already with a quarter and a couple of minutes still to go. So they're going to be very pleased with how they've played so far, but it's not over yet. And we know how tough this Stockport team are. And they can make a run when they need to. A very tough team, a very experienced team, having played together for loads of seasons. So they'll be looking to start to make a run here, start to cut into this lead as Holly Bryan has the inbound for the Mystics over to Khalil. Guarded by her old teammate Bo Butters. Hands it off to Bryan. Back out to Holly Bryan, round to Lamb. Lamb nearly has it knocked away but manages to control it. 3 seconds to shoot. Lamb's pass is knocked down. Lenny going against Bryan. Lenny banks it in. Leads down to 12. Khalil's pass into Illingworth. Illingworth looking for some help, swings it round to Holly Bryan. Bryan driving, and tough move to the basket from Holly Bryan, stepping through 2 Lapwings players and somehow manages to get the ball to drop. And that's going to take her to 10. 47-33, Mystics lead. Khalil intercepts that one. She's got Lamb racing up ahead of her. Swings it round to Bryan, long two's up. Shot doesn't drop. Bo Butters with the quarterback pass. It's knocked out by Daisy Bryan. And Grace Tuck comes into the game. Holly Bryan heading to the bench. 10 points in the game so far for Holly. As Zavoni can't finish the shot. Tuck passes over to Bryan. Out to Khalil for 3. And it's good! Rahana Khalil. She's got 16. Mystics up 17. Bo Butters guarded by Lamb. Round to Lenny. Lenny pass inside, he's knocked down. Bo Butters picks it up. Can't get the shot to drop. And that will do it for the end of the third quarter. Mystics with a 50-33 lead. Rahana Khalil has been absolutely on fire. 16 points, knocking down threes, getting to the basket. She has been phenomenal in this game so far. Holly Bryan as well, 10 points for the Mystics. They've really come out strong here in the second half, and they're going to be really pleased with how they've played so well. Playing very together, moving the ball well, not panicking when Stockport go on a bit of a run, and a really dominant third quarter from them. And the Lapwings down 17. But as I said before, a very experienced team, a team very, very capable of going on a run when they need to. And I would expect them to come out firing in this fourth quarter. You don't need to start shooting threes. You just need to chip into this lead slowly. You just need to be able to control it and not let it get too much further ahead. 10 minutes is still a long time in basketball, and we saw this Stockport Lapwings team back in the National Cup finals back in January last year, down 10 points, 2 minutes left. They came back. So never count this team out. They're very, very tough. And we'll see what the fourth quarter brings. So this is the last home game for the Mystics of the regular season. Depending on seeding in the playoffs, if they have home games, we will be bringing you those ones on the Manchester Magic and Mystics YouTube channel. Currently they're in third place in Pool 1, as they are on 7 wins and 2 losses. A win today would put them up to 8-2, and it would drop Stockport down to 7-2. Currently the Sheffield Hatters are the only unbeaten team in Pool 1, and both teams still have to face them again later in the season. So back underway for the fourth quarter. Lapwings ball. Bo Butters' shot doesn't go. She chases down a rebound. Doesn't get it to go back in. Chases it down again. Jade Bo Butters absolutely hustling after the ball on these possessions, as it will be end line ball for the Lapwings with 11 seconds on the shot clock, as Boardman gets it into Bo Butters, fires and hits. And that's exactly what the Lapwings will want to do coming into this fourth quarter. Leads down to 14. Whittle over to Tuck. Tuck kicks it down. Illingworth driving inside, has it knocked away. Quigley swings it over to Jones. Bo Butters. Out to Boardman. Jones inside to Stansfield Boys. Stansfield Boys' shot is knocked down and Illingworth comes up with it. Again, Becky Illingworth doing a really good job underneath the basket defensively. Whittle round to Tuck. Khalil working against Jones. Khalil all the way to the basket, doesn't get it to fall. And Whittle intercepts it. Hands it off. Tuck for 3. It's good! Grace Tuck with a big 3 for the Mystics. That takes her to 8 points. As Bo Butters tries to answer and does! Back-to-back threes for Bo Butters. $14-point lead for the Mystics. We've got just over 8 minutes to play in the fourth. Bryan round to Tuck, into Khalil. Khalil turns and fires, hits that. She's got 18, 55-39, Mystics lead. And there'll be a foul on the floor. That's on Khalil. So that's her third, just the first team foul on the Mystics, as Natalie Lamb comes into the game. And Whittle checks out as Daisy Bryan comes in. Jones pass inside to Bo Butters, doesn't go. So sideline Mystics ball. Bryan into Illingworth on the baseline. She's met by 2 Lapwings. Kicks it out to Tuck. Into Illingworth. She's doubled. Tuck's got space. 3's up. That's too strong. Silikas moves it round to Bo Butters. And Quigley with a tough move to the basket, able to lay it in. Cuts the lead to 14, 7:19 to play here in the fourth. Daisy Bryan powers down the court, kicks it out to Tuck. And Bryan steps through. And the foul is called, so Holly Bryan will be heading to the line. And that was on Vogue Lucas, her second, as Bryan hits the first. And the second. Leads back up to 16 for the Mystics. Jones passes inside. Quigley banks it in. And Lauren Quigley has been doing an amazing job of that all game long. Able to get inside as Illingworth tries to answer, and she does. 6 points for Becky Illingworth. Lauren Quigley underneath the basket doing a fantastic job. Her footwork able to get to the rim. Finish has been really crucial for Stockport in this game. Bo Butters hands it off to Silicas. 4 seconds. Silicas inside, it's stolen away by Natalie Lamb. As Lamb powers down the court, hands it off to Bryan, and Holly Bryan lays it in. 14 points for her. And the Mystics increase the lead to 18 as Steph Jones tries to answer and can't. Tuck pulls it down. Hands it off to Bryan. Bryan to Tuck. Holly Bryan's going to reset. Natalie Lamb working against Jones. Out to Bryan. Bryan on the baseline. It's knocked out. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Ball is staying with the Mystics. Holly Bryan for 3. That's no good. Rebounds pulled down by Silicas for the Lapwings. Over to Bo Butters. Drive into the basket. Hangs in the air. Can't get it to go. Gets her own offensive board. Can't get the putback as Steph Jones dives onto the floor. And it will be just looking which way the ball is going. Going to stay with the Lapwings. Steph Jones coming out of nowhere to try and keep control of the ball. As Vogue Lucas looks to get it inside. Gets it to Quigley. Round to Silicas. Going to the basket and drops that one in. And Khalil's pass intercepted by Quigley. Hands it over to Bo Butters, who pulls up for 3. Bryan over to Tuck at the other end. Into Illingworth. Bryan round to Lamb. Lamb's got space there. 3's up. Too strong. Steph Jones collects it for the Lapwings. Just under 5 minutes to play. Vogue Lucas driving to the basket. Kicks it out. And he's called for the travel on that possession. As Nick Boardman and Alex Lenny back in for the Lapwings. Jade Bo Butters and Vogue Lucas heading to the bench. 4:44 to play in the fourth. Bryan over to Khalil. Tuck. And fouls called on the floor. That's on Karen Silicas. Just her first. As Mystics with a substitution here. Nat Furtado, Holly Bryan and Isha Naya checking in. Khalil for 3. That one doesn't go. Silicas driving inside and then pulls back out, going baseline with the reverse. Doesn't fall. Quigley grabs the rebound. that will be out of bounds, and it will be Mystics ball. Brian into Khalil. Furtado, time's on the Mystics side here. Naya driving inside. And it'll be last touch Mystics, so back with the Lapwings. Mystics with a 16-point lead here late in the fourth. We've got just under 4 minutes to play. Rahana Khalil on 18 points, leading the way for the Mystics in scoring. And great to see for the Mystics, everyone on court has got on the scoreboard. A real all-round team effort, real contribution for everyone. Lenny driving inside. Shot's no good, but she'll get the foul call. And nice foul, number 2 on Natalie Lamb. As Lola May Whittle comes into the game. Holly Bryan heading to the bench. Holly Bryan with 14 points in the game so far. As Lenny hits the first free throw. Second is good as well, 2 of 2 from the line. Leads the back down to 14. Stockport aren't going away. Lamb, pass over to Furtado, out to Whittle. Some great ball movement here from the Mystics. And offensive foul call off the ball. And that'll be on Furtado. That's her 4th. As Jones's pass is just too strong. So ball's back with the Mystics. Lamb into Khalil. Khalil's pass into Furtado. Looking for some help. Drives. Has it stripped. And Boardman comes up with it. Nick Boardman. We don't have steals recorded in the league, but she's got to be up there with how many she's had in this game today, as Silica somehow manages to get the ball to drop and cuts the lead to 12. Furtado round to Naya. Naya for 3. That shot's no good. Boardman with the rebound. 2.5 minutes to play. Jones kicks it down. Lenny driving inside, gets the ball to drop. And lead is back down to 10 with 2.5 minutes to go. We've seen this play out before when the Stockport Lapwings are involved. You can't turn your backs on them. They're going to keep coming back. They're such a defensive-minded team as well. They're going to be really, really tough for this last 2.5 minutes. Done a fantastic job to cut an 18-point lead at 1 point down to 10. So 2.5 minutes to play. The Mystics just need to keep their composure here. Keep playing like they have been. There's no need to rush any shots here. You're in control. You've got the lead. You've got the 10-point lead. 2.5 minutes to go. Just keep playing like you are, and you don't want the other team to force you to start playing a different way. And Stockport, they've experienced in this situation. They know what it takes to win. Take it possession by possession. You've got to come out. You've got to get a stop. And as crucial as those stops are, even more crucial to capitalise on the other end. You're getting those stops. You've got to convert those points. So let's see what the last 2.5 minutes of this game is going to give us. It will be Mystics ball on the inbound. As Brian looks to get it in. Gets it into Khalil. She's guarded by Lenny. Khalil needs to get it over the halfway line. She does. Driving all the way to the basket. Hands it off to Brian. Brian lays it in. And a great move from the Mystics coming out of that timeout. Jones alone underneath the basket. makes it and gets the foul, so she's going to head to the line, can cut this to a single-digit game. And that is going to be foul number 3 on Natalie Lamb. Steph Jones, free throw, no good. Holly Bryan grabs the rebound, gets it over to Lamb. Lamb powering down the court. Can't get the layup to fall. Lapwings here, just under 2 minutes to play. Chance to take this to single digits. They've been in this situation before. Lenny. And it's knocked out by Natalie Lamb. Great defensive play from Natalie Lamb. Gets into the passing lane. Makes the Lapwings have to stop and reset. No quick shots. Silikas driving. Shot's good. 8-point game. Khalil looking for some help. Gets it to Furtado. Furtado driving inside. Layup good. And takes the lead back to 10. That's a big bucket from Nat Furtado, who knocks it out on the inbound. Takes some time off the clock. 1:22 to play here in the fourth. It's quickly on the inbound. And again, Natalie Lamb knocking it out of bounds. Some strong defense from the Mystics here. Quickly gets it into Silikas. Silikas going against Bryan. On the baseline, hands it off, great pass over to Boardman. Boardman's shot doesn't fall. Lamb pulls the rebound down. We've got a minute to play. Mystics with a 10-point lead. Over to Bryan. Furtado to Khalil. Daisy Bryan driving, kicks it out. Lamb on the baseline. 4 seconds to shoot. Khalil dives on the floor. Gets the ball out, but the shot clock will run down. So 24-second shot clock violation for the Mystics. Great D from the Lapwings. They have 42.7 seconds left, with the Mystics up by 10. And we'll have a timeout. So 10-point Mystics lead, 42.7 seconds left. Lapwings having come out very strong after that 2.5 minute mark. Cutting a 16-point lead down to 10, getting it down to 8 at one point as well. And they are just going to need to keep pressuring the ball, get a defensive stop, get some points on the board. And as I said before, a very experienced team, a team that have been in situations like this before. They just need to take it by possession. And for the Mystics, they're in control in this situation, and it can be difficult when you've had a lead, for the majority of the game as well, not to panic, not to do anything that's gonna kind of threaten that lead. You don't want to take any rush shots. You want to hold the ball. You don't want to be pressured into turnovers. And it can be very difficult when you come up against an experienced team. But this is where having a player like Rahana Khalil and Nat Furtado on the court is so crucial for the Mystics. Along with Holly Bryan as well, with WBBL experience. 3 very experienced players on this team, on this court at the moment. As Jones gets it inside, and it's stolen away by Natalie Lamb, who gets it over to Holly Bryan. It's then picked back up by Lenny. Lenny driving to the basket. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but she draws the foul. And that is going to be foul number 4 on Natalie Lamb. And it sends Alex Lenny to the line for 2 big free throws, as the first shot doesn't drop. Second's good. Cuts the lead to 9. Lapwings pressing. Bryan gets the ball over to Bryan. Furtado got space under the basket, and Nat Furtado just lays it in. And Lapwings caught sleeping a little bit on that possession, picking up full court. And obviously you run the risk as well of leaving someone open under the basket, which Nat Furtado did a great job keeping a composure, laying the ball in, puts the lead back up to 11 for the Mystics and takes Nat Furtado to 3 points in the game. Everyone in the Mystics getting on the scoreboard today, and you love to see that real all-around team effort. They've been led by Rahana Khalil, who has 18 points, and Holly Bryan has 16. So the last home game of the season for the Mystics in the regular season. As we head into the playoffs, if there are any home games in the playoffs, we'll be sure to bring you those on the Manchester Magic and Mystics YouTube channel. So make sure to like and subscribe. Keep an eye on the socials to see what will happen come playoff time in a few weeks' time. But back on court, we've got a 9-point game, 27.3 seconds left, and it is Lapwings with the inbound. As Lenny will check the ball in for the Lapwings. Lenny, pass inside, and it's stolen by Furtado. Nope, she's going to put her foot out of bounds on that. 26.4 on the clock. Takes a little bit of time off the clock. Maybe not as much as the Mystics would have liked. And the Lapwings will try again with the inbound. Lenny driving against Khalil. Can't get the shot to fall. And Khalil over to Bryan. 16 seconds to go. Mystics can just dribble this one out. Furtado round to Lamb. 7 seconds to go. Bryan. Shot clock's off, and Khalil is just going to hold, and I think she's saying she was just throwing up a shot, it wasn't a foul. Laughing with her old teammates. So that will do it for the game. 67-56, an 11-point Mystics win over the Stockport Lapwings. A huge win for them as we head into the final stretch, and that is going to move them to 8-2 in Pool 1 in Division 2, and the Stockport Lapwings will fall to 7-2 after 2 losses to today, to the Mystics, and also to the Hatters. So the top 3 very interesting in Pool 2 between the Hatters, the Lapwings and the Mystics. Will be interesting to see how those finish. So the Mystics were led by 18 points from Rahana Khalil and 16 points from Holly Bryan, along with 9 points from Grace Tuck, and a real all-round team effort, everybody getting on the score sheet. Mystics came out really strong, and they'll have been really pleased with how they've played so far in today's game, correcting some of the errors they might have felt like they had against the Hatters last week. And massive credit to the Stockport Lapwings. Never gave up, chased this lead down by 18 at one point, able to cut it to 8, and just relentless on defense and keeping going. They are definitely a team to watch throughout the rest of this season, as they have games away to the Manchester Valkyries next weekend, and then the Sheffield Hatters and the Sheffield Elite. So keep an eye on the Stockport Lapwings and the Manchester Mystics in the standings. So that will do it from us here at the Manchester Basketball Centre. 67-56, the Manchester Mystics win over the Stockport Lapwings. If we're here for the playoffs, we'll bring you those games as well. And until then, we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us.